fellow members and guests. Thank you, Anthony, Mr. Toastmaster. I found the pathways very valuable. I feel like where a lot of us are experiencing, finding out what our leadership capabilities are. When I'm coming to this project, I'm thinking, leadership. I really had to look back and see what leadership experiences have I had. When I did the inventory, I found my top leadership skills were altruistic, bureaucratic, and domestic. They're only a difference of 2 points. Altruistic, I had to look up that word. I'm not very familiar with what altruistic means. When I looked it up in Webster's dictionary, it was to be selfless. Reaching out to the feelings of people on your team. Putting others up, higher than yourself. I thought, that does reach to my faith, reach to what I believe is right. Then I looked to democratic. I thought, that's politics, that's in government, to be available for the people. Then thirdly, I thought about bureaucratic. I think about red tape. Have to go from the top to get permission and then bring down to the roles or what's needed from our team. Have quick results, quick follow-up. It's very challenging to do, to keep that motivation going or that sense of urgency going. I just want to share some of my experiences. First, I'll put these signs up with my things of ministries. When I think about ministries, it goes back to my college years. I did a student fellowship. My first time I did a leadership role. When I think about ministries, what are people there for? What is their goal? Is to make a great community, whatever your faith is. Think it back as a moderator at that time. I was in charge of people doing advertisements. Hospitality for welcoming people into the meetings. I didn't have to be an expert for each role in that fellowship. I just had to listen to the team members, be organized what needs to be done, and have the same goal, is to build community. And that's the altruistic leadership that's needed. Because when something like that in ministry, it's not to put myself on top, go after what I want to be on top or be recognized. It's recognizing all the helpers that make it successful for those meetings or those fellowships that we come together. I remember another ministry I did serve in is a prison ministry, kind of like what Neil does, is Kairos Weekend Retreat. I had experience of being a weekend leader for that retreat. Also, altruistic leadership is to put the love, love, listen, listen on top, for us to go into the prison and be a support for those inmates. I remember preparing for a weekend and one of my members said, Ricky, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what my purpose is. I feel like I'm not giving enough. I told him, I said, I know some people like to speak, share their stories, and for you, I could see that you're a great listener. And for those inmates in there, sometimes they don't have people to listen to. Sometimes they don't receive letters. But with you there, just listening to them and just assuring them what they're going through is valid, is a big help for them. Through that weekend, he gave one of the greatest talks after we talked about his purpose there that weekend. I see that altruistic. It's a need there for those type of ministries. Second, I think of bureaucratic for careers. I think of roles I did throughout my career as enterprise rent-a-car. I worked as a supervisor leading the front line at the rental branches, figuring out what cars to get, motivating my team to present the rental cars, getting the right rental rate, selling the damage waiver to make it a benefit for the customers, getting the right results that we could make sure that our branch are profitable, also creating great customer service for our customers coming in and making sure they're using us more and more. That becomes a bureaucratic type of leadership. I have goals in mind of what we want to do from the top, from the CEO to the general manager, to the area manager, down to the branch manager, to myself. I found that challenging because in a bureaucratic type of leadership, you have to get great results in a short amount of time. You really have to follow up with your team members and making sure that they are carrying out what's the best way to make sure that we're hitting those numbers to be profitable and great customer service. It's not always easy to keep your team members motivated, not only for your goals, but it's for the goals from the top to the bottom. And that's not always easy because it's not genuinely what my vision is. Sometimes I find challenges keeping on top. I know that I'm a great worker, I put a lot of great effort into it, but then leading that to somebody else, that is a challenge. The last opportunity. President of Toastmasters. I find this leadership as democratic. Why? Because you have to be there for your people. You have to be available. And when you think about Toastmasters, it's a whole club of people who are trying to better themselves, trying to grow. So it becomes easier. That way you're there for the people. You're there for motivation and also to show us the right way to move forward. That's why I really enjoy this role as a president, because people, at least for the officers on this staff, we all know what's best for us. We all fill our roles. We all stay in our lanes to make sure everything works well like a well-oiled machine. And then the end result is making sure it's success for the members that come to the meeting each weekend, week out. Just through all these types of leadership styles, I scored within a couple points through those three. Altruistic, bureaucratic, and democratic. One opportunity is just for the thinking of not traditional sense, but things of new innovative ideas. That is the area of opportunity that I have, is to create more conversations. That way we could make sure there's changes and change for the better. So I really like finding out my leadership skills and also what my experiences are and where I need to grow. Thank you.